Well, g'day and welcome to Queensland Weekender. Thanks so much for joining us. Well, you found me literally towing the line of our state's border. There is New South Wales, and over here, the edge of Queensland, and right on the edge of Girraween National Park, located south of Stanthorpe in the Granite Belt. Now, Girraween National Park is renowned for its absolutely spellbinding beauty, which you're all going to find out later on the show.
All aboard!
Also coming up, travelling gold class to the Outback. And we meet the monsters who roam there.
This is so realistic.
Plus, scaling great heights on the Granite Belt.
Good view?
Woo! Woo! And we meet the lady behind the best bakes in Queensland.
My speciality is pastry and baking.
But first up, gold medalist Curtis McGrath.
On the 23rd of August 2012, I stepped on an improvised explosive device whilst on patrol in Afghanistan. I lost both my legs. I use sport as my motivation to recover, and kayaking has taken me to the Paralympic Games where I won gold for Australia. It was the proudest moment of my life. My name is Curtis McGrath.
As an athlete, kayaking is about speed and performance. And when I'm not in sporting mode, I like to remind myself that paddling can be about so much more.
It's also a terrific way to discover the outdoors.
If you spread your hands a little bit wider, it'll be easy on your paddle.
I reckon we've got one of the best places in the world for kayaking, the Gold Coast Broadwater. To explore it for yourself, I suggest heading out with Seaway kayaking tours. Sam is our guide today, and he is almost as passionate about kayaking as I am.
This is pretty much like my second home. I spend more time here than in my house. Pretty much I go to my house just to eat and sleep.
Sam's leading us on the Chill Out Tour, which takes in some of the Broadwater's most beautiful spots.
Every day you see something different. You can be paddling here, and suddenly you see a dolphin next to you, and at the next minute you see a stingray jumping out of the water. So it's pretty exciting.
The fun isn't confined to the waterways. Our tour takes us to South Stradbroke Island for a short bushwalk.
All right, guys, welcome to Straddy. This is the eastern side of South Stradbroke. If we keep going a little bit more north, we're gonna find North Stradbroke. That island goes all the way to Brisbane. It's amazing to think that the hustle and bustle of surfers' paradise is just over there. This is absolutely paradise.
Secluded beaches aren't the only surprises on the Broadwater. A short paddle away is Wavebreak Island.
Wavebreak Island has its own awesome reef, which has a heap of tropical fish. And as you can see, it's a real hotspot.
Once we've enjoyed a quick snorkeling session, it's time to chill out on the beach with some games and a seafood lunch. It's here I get to meet Andreas, the bloke who created Seaway kayaking tours. It all came about when he was looking for a good spot to go spearfishing.
Once I realized how amazing was this place and all the activities that you can do around this area, like water sports, kayaking, fishing, snorkeling, and all together bushwalking, I start with the idea to start a business.
Join Andreas and his crew and head out paddling with Seaway kayaking tours. They have plenty of options for guests wanting to explore the Gold Coast. Check out their website for all the details.
Sam has challenged me to a race to the end of the island, so we'll see how we go. Gonna give blisters after this one. Only just, good race, good job.
After the break, the boys from Dalby are roaming the Outback.
Oh, look at his teeth and claws. Queensland's Outback is breathtaking. It's been millions of years in the making.
How do we know? Well, let's just say it, our old mate Banjo here told us.
Far out. Look at those claws and teeth. You wouldn't want to run into him in an alleyway, would you?
Lucky for you, mate, he's extinct. Banjo's the welcoming committee at the Australian Age of Dinosaurs Museum near Winton. The world's biggest collection of Aussie dinosaur fossils.
Man, how impressive is this?
Even the country around here feels ancient. We're high on a jump up, surrounded by plains in all directions.
Local farmer Dave Elliott founded the Australian Age of Dinosaurs after digging up fossils on his Winton farm in 2005.
Hey, Cody.
Cody, David.
Luke, nice to meet you.
How are you?
Ever since he's been working to the bone on this incredible attraction for the town of Winton. Let's just say, Dave's a bloke that has big ideas for this prehistoric giants, with the recent introduction of the Dinosaur Canyon.
It's a lot of work's gone into it.
Yeah, a lot of rocks, eh? We cut a lot of rocks.
How long has it taken for construction to be done so far?
We started on the building and all around this area in April last year.
And you're still farming in between all this?
Yeah, boys run the place.
Hands are full.
I'm the world's worst sheep cocky at the moment. It's a beautiful place, you know, and even when you get really, really sick of it, but then you come down and say, geez, it looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it does keep you going.
Passion for these big beasts is in the family. Grace, Dave's niece, she's crowned Queen of the Canyon Tours.
In this instance, a large diamond Dinosaurus. They've walked down into a muddy billabong, they've gotten stuck, they've passed away. Scavengers have come along and scattered the bones, and that's why you're not looking at a perfect skeleton.
This is so realistic.
Lifelike open-air galleries are dotted along the canyon walk, bringing the Outback prehistoric past to life.
Like these little fellas, they're the target of the next scene. A stampede, with old Banjo on the hunt.
That little fella there's my favourite because he's just about to jump off the edge of the jump up. He's only just realised, and he's pulling a pretty comical face. Now, have you ever heard of the Richmond Minmi?
Never.
What do they teach kids in school these days?
Never mind the Minmi. Have you heard of the Coonabarrasaurus? Nah, I hadn't either.
Coonabarrasaurus iversi, most completed dinosaur in Australia, at 90% complete.
Oh, you beauty.
It sure is, like we've stepped into the scenes of our very own Jurassic movie. And the team at Australian Age of Dinos have plenty more planned to pop up on this rugged horizon.
But dinosaurs aren't the only film stars in these parts. Winton's classic outback scenery has featured in plenty of movies.
That's why the town goes to town every year for the Vision Splendid Film Festival, creating Aussie movies under starry outback skies.
If that sounds a bit fancy, how about swapping the tux for a singlet at Winton's Outback Festival? The party comes around every second year and goes for 5 crazy days, and is coming up in September. I reckon I'd be hot favourite in the Dunny race. So many cracking festivals and events in the Outback, and the best way to get to them, that'd have to be Queensland Rail's Spirit of the Outback. It's an event in itself. All aboard! The Spirit goes to between Brizzy and Longreach a couple times a week.
We're first timers on this old girl, and I know it's not polite to mention a lady's age, but trains have been running out here for over 60 years. Not bad, eh?
Longreach to Brisbane, 1,325 kilometres, 25 hours and 15 minutes. They have iPads.
No time for screen time. Lunch is being served in the tucker box.
Oh, this is a bit nice.
It's a bit fancy, yeah, how are we going? All your tucker is included in the price of your ticket if you're rolling first class. Had we known that, maybe we'd have ordered more.
Is that your ginger chicken?
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Lunch rolls on to the Arvo. We're pretty sociable fellas and keen for a yarn in the club car. Oh, perfect.
Enjoy.
Thanks very much.
No worries.
She's a gentle old ride. No worries about spillage.
Cheers for the beer.
No worries, mate. It's the least I can do. Here we go. We're about to drop down a range. Yeah, it's cool how the train just is cut into the side of the mountain, so you just snake along.
Descending the range sure is a nice way to slip into dinner time. You wouldn't expect this feed on a train, that's for sure. Gee, she's a comfy way to travel from the city to the bush, trust us.
And there's plenty of good reason to head to Queensland's Outback for more festivals than you can poke a stick at.
So let the Spirit of the Outback get you there for all the fun, and then rock you to sleep on your way home through the big heart of Queensland.
Book early and save up to 35%.
We better go, the big fella's trying to get some sleep.
Stick with us because coming up after the break, exploring the peaks in and over the Queensland-New South Wales border. Oh, the juice was worth the squeeze.
Oh, absolutely.
And where to find these buttery beauties?
I'm Jocelyn Hancock and I grew up in Kalani. We're fifth generation farmers in this area and my parents and my sister still live here. It was a great rural existence, I guess, carefree. You know, you'd walk home from school, catch your pony, get the cows in for milking, help muster on the weekends. Great existence. The scenery here is magnificent. Mountains, paddocks, rivers, rainforest. There's such diversity in the landscape is what captures most people's attention when they come to Kalani. On our block of land here at Kalani, we have mainly an orchard, a citrus orchard, which produces during the year, and then we have a stone fruit and olive orchard that produces just at the height of summer. Oh, look at that. The great thing about Kalani is that we have 4 seasons, so we have a definite autumn, which is what we're really enjoying now, the warm sun, but you know, the cooler nights, which is what people love.
See, Ewan, this is the bee pollinating the flowers.
We have 2 young boys.
Then once he's done his bit, the flowers form into little fruit. So that's all the Maya lemon for the next season. Isn't that exciting?
Cool.
It is cool. Nature. Magic.
They love to be outdoors.
This one's Billy and this one's Funfo.
We have motorbikes. We're in the paddock a lot. We do lots of outdoor activities. We paddle in the creek. You know, there's lots of great things here. So it's really good for the boys to see where I grew up. When we're not here, we're in Brisbane. My background is primarily cooking, and then I specialised in patisserie when I finished school. And then several years later, I started my own business. So my speciality is pastry and baking. And I have a shop in West End called Cake and Bake. And fortunately, we were able to use some of the produce from Kalani. So I guess my signature items that people know me for are probably things relating to citrus. Lemon tart, lots of luscious lemon curd on the top just to finish. Savouries are really a thing I love, but certainly my speciality is pastry. So it's great that we can use things from here. And just recently we've started to use our own honey from our hives. So that's really exciting that we're using a raw honey from here. So I feel really lucky that we are here and we've made that decision to be here for our family. It's great to be able to grow your own food. Oh, that looks great. Enjoy the orchard, enjoy local produce, but be in an environment where we're interactive with the land.
The Granite Belt. Well, just the name conjures up visions of cosy B&Bs with crackling fireplaces, amazing scenery, and of course locals who always seem to have a big smile on their face. Now you combine all of these and I reckon you've got the recipe for a great southern Queensland country experience. One of those eternally smiling locals is Kelly Devine at Girraween Environmental Lodge.
There you go, Chris.
Oh, Kelly, you're my favourite. Kelly has owned the property for 6 years. She intended to stay just 12 months, but the Girraween charm took hold. What was it? And you just went, I can't leave.
Honestly, no internet, no TV, no mobile.
Yeah. Yeah, really?
That's it.
But tell us about this environment as I look out at this big granite mountain in front of me.
What you're actually looking at is Castle Rock, which is in the National Park, the Girraween National Park. It's absolutely beautiful, Girraween National Park. It's one of the most beautiful parks in Australia. It's certainly one of the most unique.
For what reason?
The granite. The granite, the views,
yeah.
The outcrops, it's phenomenal. On the property itself, we've got 400 acres.
Yeah.
We have 10 walks that are our own private walks.
Oh.
We have 10 chalets, which we can take up to 43 people at the moment.
And huge.
They are. It's home away from home.
Yeah. Kelly looks after the whole property by herself. but she does have one very cute assistant in training.
Kai is my new puppy.
Oh, cool. Your little man.
My little man. Just a new little puppy. He's 12 weeks. Kai's job will be
The
meet and
successor.
greet and learn how to take you on the walks.
Oh, fantastic.
So he's only 12 weeks at the moment, so he's...
Give him time.
Yeah, we're good.
So I won't be taking him up the pyramid just yet.
No, we're not taking him up the pyramid
Righto.
just yet.
What exactly is the pyramid? Well, it's the highest peak in Girraween National Park, and luckily for me, I won't be tackling it alone. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Thanks
How
for
are you?
meeting me.
That's quite all right.
Rob McCosker is president of the local Field Naturalist Club. He hikes through the national park at least once a week.
I love these waterholes. Beautiful.
Rob's passion for the area is obvious, and he's got a keen eye too.
Oh, look over here, there's a couple of wallabies.
Hey! Hello, boys. Which way to the pyramid? This way? Thank you.
Let's go.
The track to the pyramid is littered with fascinating formations that beggar belief. There's massive boulders of granite you see everywhere. It's just incredible. One that'll stop you in your tracks is the Granite Arch.
Yeah, this formed.
How did that happen?
Millions and millions of years ago. Chris, this was a big layer of granite here, and granite cracks when it's under the ground. It cracks in vertical and horizontal cracks, and weather in those cracks makes these boulders. And this one obviously fell down on top and made the arch for us.
It's a 3.6k trip to the top of the pyramid. The last section is a challenging climb up steeply sloped granite. So a good level of fitness is required, but the view from the top is well worth the effort.
Good view?
Woo! Well, mate, my legs are cramping and I'm sweating profusely, but this is worth it.
Absolutely.
It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
And you know what? You're in for an absolute treat because Rob's telling me that the scenery gets even better. So stick around after the break. That's exactly what we're going to be bringing to you. Maybe tomorrow though, mate.
Maybe tomorrow?
I'm a bit tired.
Yeah,
that's
sounds
all.
like a good idea.
And let's just rest for a bit, eh?
Yep.
Welcome back to Queensland Weekender. Before the break, we climbed to the top of the pyramid in Girraween National Park. Well, Rob reckons there's another big granite outcrop just over the border with similar, if not better, views. So, what are we waiting for? Let's go. Hey, Mick.
G'day, how you
going, mate?
Chris.
Michael Lieberman has been a ranger in the Bald Rock National Park for 13 years. Together, we're tackling the direct summit track. It's 1.2 kilometres from the car park to the summit, but let me tell you, most of that distance is uphill. It's pretty gnarly, mate. It's just a sheer rock face of granite going straight up.
Yeah, basically it's just one big, massive granite dome. It's 750 metres long.
Yeah.
It's 500 metres wide, 250 metres high, and at the top we're just under 1,300 metres.
What sort of preparation do you need besides just an iron will, a lot of courage?
Yes.
What do you need to take with you?
Certainly a heart starter.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, if you're heading off, you want to have good shoes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing it in wet weather.
The track is marked into the rock, and it's important you stick to it as this first part of the climb is the hardest. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's a good view.
Oh, that's special.
Isn't it?
But there's a very welcome spot to take a breather halfway. Bald Rock is Australia's largest granite monolith and was created an incredible 240 million years ago when magma pushed through the Earth's crust, creating outcrops like this. The best place to take them all in is from the summit. Yes! We did it!
It's good, isn't it?
Victory!
How's the views?
That is special. So what are we looking at here?
Yeah, well, we're basically looking at the New South Wales-Queensland border.
We're right on the border here, aren't we?
Literally a stone's throw away. Girraween on one side, Bald Rock National Park on the other.
It's such a special area, isn't it? You'll find Girraween National Park near Stanthorpe and Bald Rock National Park just over the border. Remember to check conditions before you climb either or both of the 2 peaks we've shown you today. You'll find all the information on the park's respective websites. Pop in and say hi to Kelly and Kai at Girraween Environmental Lodge. The bungalows are great for both families or couples. Well, how good is this? The perfect way to relax after 2 days of scaling mountains in this beautiful hot spa at the back of my cabin. Well, I hope we've inspired you to come out and see this incredible area known as the Granite Belt. Amazing people, food and scenery. That is all we have time for on Queensland Weekender. I hope you've enjoyed the show, and if you want to keep up to date with our movements, head along to our Facebook and Instagram pages, as well as checking out our website. Have a great week, take care, and we'll see you next time.